Third act of life is no laughing matter, or is it? Sometimes comic relief is sorely needed. In an era of reality TV, the third act players present audiences with a glimpse of our shared reality. As Section on Aging professionals, working with aging adults and their family members. The material is loosely based on true stories and typically followed by a question and answer session to conflicts that often emerge around health, financial, and housing discussions, especially around the holidays. Please enjoy the show.
Well, good morning. My name is Roy Johnston. I'm one of the players of Third Act Players, and I'm going to introduce the little vignette today. Often family dynamics plays a significant role in decision making as we age. Perhaps you will recognize one or more of the characters in your family in our little vignette called Family Feud. So we have, way over there against the wall, Dad. Dad is living in his home of 60 years and has always been fiercely independent. After a few recent incidents, his doctor has suggested that he has a little bit more supervision. Daughter, Nurse Nancy, played by Maria Larson, is an ER nurse. She's seeing patients like Dad who end up in emergency room and long-term care. She lives in another state, keeps trying to get Dad to talk about death, and says Dad should have a healthcare directive on the refrigerator. Dad thinks she's trying to kill him. Son engineer Ed, played by yours truly, is logical and pragmatic, but emotionally distant and only sees his father a few times a year, and only when he has to. Daughter, loser Leslie, played by Donna von Eldenkrantz, supports Dad and his independence. She's the baby of the family and clearly her father's favorite, but completely irresponsible and in financial trouble. She's obviously never been married. Daughter, local Lori, played by Eloise Tweeten, lives in the same town and sees Dad every week. She's a struggling single mom of 4 children and a grandmother too. Here's the setting. The extended family is gathered at Dad's house over the holidays. Nurse Nancy calls for a meeting with Dad. The adult children are gathered in the lower level of the living room, waiting for privacy, while spouses and other family members stay upstairs. They're now just waiting for Dad. I give you Family Feud.
Dad, are you coming? We're all here.
Well, why do we have to meet downstairs? I'd rather be upstairs with my grandkids. I'm much more comfortable up there.
Come on, Dad, come on in. All we want is a little bit of privacy, that's all.
Oh, what's with this powwow? I suppose you want to talk about my future again. Well, at least you invited me.
Come on, Dad, it's not like that. We all love you.
Well, I know some of you do. There's some others I'm not so sure wouldn't rather see me dead.
Dad, stop that. Just because I want you to fill out a healthcare directive doesn't mean I'm trying to kill you. As a nurse, I've seen too many people hooked up to machines because they didn't make their wishes clear. That's all.
Oh, just get to the point. What's with this powwow anyway?
Fine with me. Since I called this meeting, let me start. Dad, you know that your doctor is very concerned about you living alone. With your trips to the ER, you're just not eating right or taking your medicines the way you're supposed to. Do you want to have to start giving yourself injections for your diabetes?
All right, look guys, let's cut to the chase here. I say we put Dad in one of those senior living communities that care for him the rest of his life at various levels of care. He'd never have to move again. Now look, I've done a little research. I've got this spreadsheet.
Hey, Gee, how much would that cost? He can't afford that.
What are you talking about, you loser? Look, I've got it all figured out. We can generate the necessary funds if we just simply sell the house.
Sell the house? Wait, we can't sell the house. I mean, you know, Bobby, I thought he would live there when he comes back from the army. And really, Joey needs the extra work. I mean, he could do the yard work, and he could do, you know, he could come and visit with him every day. I mean, he really does need the work. I mean,
Wait, my opinion even count here? Maybe I like doing the yard work. And I'm not moving out, period. Your mother died in this home, and I'm going to too. End of story.
Right. Dad gets to stay in his house. I wouldn't want to move if I were him either.
Well, you're not him, and you'll be lucky to reach 70, much less 90 with your lifestyle.
Look, Dad, come on, Dad, let's be practical here. You won't let us bring in help for you in the home, and you won't talk to us about your financial situation. We need to know about that. We need to know about your healthcare directives. We need to know all about you so we can work out a plan here.
Well, I have a will. Your mother and I wrote one when Nancy was born. You'll get your fair share in due time.
Dad, that was 60 years ago. Do you mean to tell me you don't have an updated will? What about an estate plan? And where is it?
that's it. I can't take it any longer. Dad, yeah, I'm the local one. I'm the one that gets the emergency room calls. I just can't do this anymore. I mean, look, you guys, the kids do need the work. You know, I mean, I could call Meals on Wheels. We could, like, get a support dog or something.
Or he could move closer to me. With his lousy insurance, he won't go to the doctor unless it's an emergency room, and I don't blame him. Healthcare really stinks in this state anyway, and I am the nurse in the family.
There you all go again, making decisions for me like my opinion doesn't even count. I'm gonna cut you all out of the will. Except for Leslie, she'll come live with me.
Whoa, Dad, I'm not sure if that's such a good idea.
Hey, yeah, Dad, wait a minute. Where's that will at? And you loser.